we can do all of our homework, talk to all the teams, get all of our notes together, and get ready for this race. But once they drop the green flag, all we do is watch and wait. And that's what we're going to do. 43 cars, 143,000 seats here at Talladega, and of course, a jam-packed infield. Fans everywhere. Beautiful day, sun is shining, temperature about 80 degrees. Palms are sweaty, knees are knocking, and that's just me.
And there's no start-finish line there, folks. No, it's way on down towards turn one.
And look at them side by side, because they're not going to be side by side, just too wide. They're going to be 3 and 4 wide here real quick.
And the green flag is out at Talladega. Joe Nemechek leads the field across the line.
It takes about a lap and a half to get these things fully up to speed. Some of these cars, you can see, obviously got a better start, depending on how they're geared, than some of these other guys. But here they'll start fanning out, going 3 and 4 wide.
Never see Kurt Busch on the outside. I'm sorry, that's Ricky Rudd.
Right.
Ricky Rudd on the outside pole center. And look at Scott Riggs go to the high side. 3 wide to 3 and 4.
He's a rookie. Riggs is in that 10 car on the left-hand side of your screen. Nemechek still leads.
4 wide back there, about the middle of the pack.
Off of 4.
Oh, here we go.
Through the tri-oval, then coming toward the start-finish line right there. Nemechek leads lap 1.
You have to be so precise right now, especially these guys in the middle. They can't make a mistake. You got to be completely aware of what's all around you, because just one wrong move right here can take out most of the field.
The ticker at the top of the screen, those names in yellow and black, your 10 drivers in the chase for the Nextel Cup. Riggs in the middle.
Elliott Sadler's got him a really good spot, way up on the outside, 3 wide. He looked like second one in turn 3. Looked like he's going to be about 5th or 6th off turn 4.
Here comes Riggs. And I would think, especially early on, that this middle line would be the best line, because fresh tires, your car's going to handle real well right now in the middle. But that'll change after you get some wear on these tires.
Dave Burns, Scott Riggs leads at Talladega.
I talked to Scott early today holding his son Lane, and he told me, I'm so excited to run Talladega today with this fast race car. Talked to Tony Stewart about who to follow. Stewart said the guys who have won the last few races here from DEI, but right now, Riggs is learning how to do it out front.
Yep, let him follow you. Now he's got to follow 38 car, Elliott Sadler. And this is going to happen all day long. We're going to see a lot of changes like this.
Now there's finally Kurt Busch on the outside, trying to take the lead in the 97 car, followed by the 8, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Matt.
Spotters are so important, especially here at Talladega. Dale Earnhardt Jr. told his spotter, Steve Meal, before the green, one thing today, don't leave me with any guesses. If you can't, if you're not sure, then just tell me someone's there. You cannot talk too much today. Tell me everything.
No question, man. Very, very tight quarters here. A lot of guys want a lot of mirrors. Some of them don't. But although the spotter's very important to you, you still have to feel where these guys are at. And you can actually feel where the cars are at. You can feel the wind at different places of the car. You got to be perfect when you get in line.
Jimmy Johnson told me this morning in the garage area that you spend about 90% of your time looking in the mirror, looking behind you, about 5% or 10% looking ahead. That's probably an exaggeration, but I think I'm trying to make the point. You keep trying to figure out who's behind you, who's beside of you.
And not only that, but if you see a guy making a run, say in the line up on the high side, you want to jump out in front of that guy, and he will push you to the front. So yeah, mirror driving is very, very important here at Talladega.
A sea of red cheering Dale Earnhardt Jr., the leader, but 2 cars behind him, his teammate, the 15 of Michael Waltrip. That's what everybody on the track, everybody along pit road.
That McMurray really had a moment there in the 42 car. They were just about 4 wide. He bobbled a little bit, but they all got through it.
The 15 of Waltrip and the 97. There's the 42 getting the push, and he went around in practice here yesterday. McMurray did.
He spun out going in turn 3 yesterday. And yes, the 30 car, yes, folks, he was pushing the 42 at 190 miles per hour.
What we call the bump grab. You'll see a lot of that at this racetrack. You just want to make sure you're doing it when the cars are straight. Don't want to even do it in the you can turn a guy around real easy.
Marty, more on the 42, please.
And because of that bump draft bill that Wally was talking about, the 42 car, Jamie McMurray, has extra bars in the rear of it and extra bars in the front of it. There are more bars and plates in that 42 car than they have in a Bristol car, because they'll know they'll get pushed, and they will push other cars during the day-to-day.
And you see the 42's got a teammate, and he's hoping he'll use that rear bumper, and Sterling Marlin in the 40 car. You want to get pushed. You want to get pushed by your teammate especially.
More on the leader, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Matt.
Bill, some fans at home may have been wondering, was that indeed Junior getting a thumbs up to the flagman Rodney Wise? And it was. There was actually a bet. Rodney bet Junior that he wouldn't be in the lead by lap 4. As he came down to the start-finish line, the complete lap 4, he says, what lap is this? I said, you've got the bet. Keep going.
And he has now led the last 11 restrictor plate races, Dale Earnhardt Jr. He is tough at these tracks.
2 cars back behind. It's his teammate, Michael Waltrip, in that 15 car. You get those 2 guys together, and the rest of the field is in trouble.
Elliott Sadler's not going to let him do that, though. At least he's going to try not to.
Try not to.
And we see the 48 car of Jimmy Johnson, followed by Tony Stewart, the orange car, the 20 car. Jeff Burton, those guys trying to take the high line. How about Marty?
Moving smartly to the front, VP started 30th, currently up to the top 10 is Tony Stewart. He told me right before he got in the car, this car will draft very well, but the one thing it cannot do is pull other cars. I don't like it out front, but I like to push people, and he's pushing Jimmy Johnson right now.
Who is he ever? I tell you what, they're going someplace too on that high side.
And you see just that little push that Tony Stewart gave Jimmy Johnson 48 car really shot him up the racetrack. He passed a couple of cars there.
Michael Waltrip thought about going up and getting in front of the 48 and trying to take it high line, but he decided against it. Matt.
BP, he's trying to get up there and help the 8 car. Dale Earnhardt Jr. can't quite make it there yet. All quiet on Michael's radio, but Slugger Labby told me during final practice they changed everything and they got a little more oomph, but they felt like should really help him in the draft, trying to make up some room on some other cars.
Tony Uri Sr., the crew chief for Dale Earnhardt Jr., told me in the garage this morning that those 3 drivers, Earnhardt Jr., Waltrip, and Kenny Wallace, met yesterday afternoon and came up with a plan, and that Junior's car is geared to lead, and the 15 and the one of Kenny Wallace are geared to push. That they came up with that. Actually, Michael went to Earnhardt Jr. during the week to talk about a race plan here at Talladega, so we'll see how that works out.
It's a good thing that they had a plan, because up at Loud, New Hampshire just a couple of weeks ago, Junior was very critical of Michael for not playing more of a teammate. He felt like he blocked him when he came out of the pits one time and impeded his progress, and he was very hot. It looks like they kissed him.
We'll see what it comes down to when it comes down to the victory, because everybody wants to win.
We're going to break away. If anything happens, we'll, as always, break right back in. Dale Earnhardt Jr. leads at Talladega.